How's it going, YouTube? My name is LBNinja7, your resident Mistweaver Monk, and you guys absolutely loved my first 6 obscure Mistweaver facts or tips video. So we're back today with 6 more. Now the first 6, not all of them were super useful, but all of these tips today are very useful, maybe except for one. I guess you guys can decide which one that is down in the comments. Now, if you missed that first video, I will have a link down below in the description. Go check it out after you watch this one. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, this first one has to do with our good friend Chi-Ji. How it reads is that we will get a stack when you Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, or Spinning Crane Kick. However, it's missing some words for it to actually say what it does. It should say, whenever you Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, or Spinning Crane Kick an enemy or a target or something like that, because if we summon Chi-Ji and we Spinning Crane Kick, how it reads is that we should get a stack. However, how it works is that we don't unless that Spinning Crane Kick actually hits an enemy. Now, this is useful because in Mythic Plus, a lot of times if you are in your Chi-Ji window and you do get like a puddle of swirly, think of like the Lost Vikings on Ulduman. A swirly spawns between you and the boss. You have to kind of step out away from that swirly. But you still want to get those Chi-Ji stacks. You could Spinning Crane Kick, but if you're way away from the bosses, it's better just to dip into melee like this. Let me go ahead and show you. So if we summon Chi-Ji and we Spinning Crane Kick, we do not get a stack. Look right here where my mouse is. We do not get a stack until we actually hit something, until we get that first little tick of damage. It could be the tail end of our Spinning Crane Kick, but you do get a stack when you cast Spinning Crane Kick only if it hits an enemy. Alright, this next tip is about our good friend Feyline Stomp, one of my favorite abilities. Now, you should all know that your abilities have a 6% chance of resetting the cooldown of Feyline Stomp while fighting on your Feyline. So every spell is equally good at resetting your Feyline, right? Well, wrong, actually. There is one very cool interaction, and it's very hard to explain, but the easiest way to explain it is when you Chi Burst. Every time that your Chi Burst does something, so every time it passes through an enemy or an ally, it counts itself as a separate spell when trying to reset your Feyline. So if you pass your Chi Burst through all 20 people in a raid, for some reason you have your Feyline Stomp in a raid, or you do a big pull of Mythic Plus, you Feyline Stomp and then you Chi Burst and it passes through all those enemies, they will each have that 6% chance to reset your Feyline Stomp. So let's go ahead and see it in action. So we summon our Feyline Stomp, and we Rising Sun Kick, we have a 6% chance. Great, we got it. We Blackout Kick, we have 6% chance however many times it hits. Great, that's great and all. But when we Chi Burst, everyone that it passes to has its own chance to reset. So Mythic Plus, Chi Burst is actually your best way to reset your Feyline Stomp. So if you ever are in a situation where you are done with the pool, but you just hit your Feyline Stomp and you just did not get lucky with reset, shoot a Chi Burst all the way through the next pool, through however many enemies and allies you can, and hope for that reset. Alright, this next one is actually a macro, and it makes you do a lot more damage. It makes the class feel a lot smoother. I am not a master at macros. I just know that this works, so definitely use it for yourself. I think every single person watching this video should definitely use this macro, and it's very, very simple. So it has to do with Spinning Crane Kick once again. So if I Spinning Crane Kick, you'll notice that there's a little delay after a Spinning Crane Kick. There's like half a second at every other Spinning Crane Kick where it just sits there a little stuck. No matter how much I spam it, it gets stuck a little bit. Now let's start spamming this macro that we're talking about. So if I spam the macro, there is no delay. It goes instantly into the next Spinning Crane Kick every single time. So let's spam our other one again. Look at that delay. It pauses, but let's spam our macro. 0 pause. So what is that macro? It is super, super simple, guys. It is just putting an exclamation point before the Spinning Crane Kick on your slash cast. So definitely replace your Spinning Crane Kick off of your bar and replace it with this macro, and I promise you guys you will be doing a little bit more damage. It'll feel a lot smoother and you guys will enjoy it a lot more. Alright, this next section is all about Blackout Kick. It's kind of about some mastery, some Chi-Ji, some other things too. But let's go ahead and talk about Blackout Kicks. So we know that if we're on our Feyline Stomp, it hits 3 targets. We also know that whenever we Tiger Palm, we gain a stack of Teachings in the Monastery, and it stacks up to 3 times. It makes them strike an additional time, and it cashes into those stacks. So if I have 3 stacks, it'll hit 4 times. if I'm on my Feyline, it'll hit 4 times on 3 enemies. So we can get up to 12 blackout kicks per button press if we wanted to. Now with Chi-Ji out, we know that every time that we blackout kick, we get 2 mastery procs. It'll heal up to 2 allies with a mastery proc. So if we get those 12 blackout kicks, all 12 will hit. All 12 can hit up to 2 people with a mastery proc. Now, if we have Essence Font on both of its targets, then it can hit all of them twice, 12 times. So we can get up to 48 mastery procs right once we summon Chi-Ji with 1 button press. So if we Feyline Stomp, we get max stacks. Let's see, let's make sure we have an ally in range. Let's get max stacks of our Tiger Palm. Let's Essence Font, get that hot on both me and them. Let's reset our data. Chi-Ji, and then 1 blackout kick press. We get 12 hits. Let's go to damage. Oh no, it's not showing our damage. Move. Let's just look at our overhealing. We got 48 hits of our mastery proc by pressing 1 button, and we can go ahead and look at our damage. For some reason it was taking a little bit. So we got 9 hits from all of the little modifiers, and then 3 actual hits on each of those, 1 hit on each of the 3 targets. So we got 12 hits of blackout kick, and that equates to 48 mastery procs. So that is why it's ideal to hit your allies before your Chi-Ji with your Feyline Stomp, and then you always want to start your Chi-Ji ramp with all of those Teachings of the Monastery procs active. So we're going to make sure we have all 3 of those stacks, hit as many allies as possible with that Feyline Stomp, and then we can summon Chi-Ji and instantly get 48 mastery procs, healing for almost 500,000 health. It is just, it's just insane how many mastery procs you can get this way. Alright, so we're going to build off of that fact for a fun little bonus fact. We're going to see how all 12 of those blackout kicks interact with Spirit of the Crane. So Teachings of the Monastery causes each additional blackout kick to restore 0.45% of our mana. So basically we're going to see how many of those 12 blackout kicks will give this back. Is it all 11 of the additional ones? Is it just the 9 that we get? Or is it just the 2 extra ones that we get? Well, let's find out. So let's go ahead. We have spent some mana. Let's just burn through some more of our mana really quick. Let's reset our data so we can see for sure. We're going to stack up our Tiger Palms. 1, 2, 3. Let's Feyline Stomp, and then let's find out. So we got 12 blackout kick hits. Let's make sure that it hit 12 times. We got 9 plus 3. Perfect. Let's see how much mana we got back. So we got well, it's hard to see based on that, but from our Spirit of the Crane, we got 3.7k, and I have tested this before. That is how much we got before as well. So let's go ahead and do our total mana bar, which was 275,625, and let's multiply that by 0.45%. So times 0.0045. And we get 1,240 mana back per each proc of Spirit of the Crane. Now let's divide 3.7 by that, or basically I can go ahead and tell you guys, I can multiply this by 3 and get to 3.7. So we get 3 procs of Spirit of the Crane whenever we get all 12 of those blackout kicks. So that's just a fun little interesting thing to see how that interacted. Now, once again, that will be removed from the game, but it's one of my favorite talents, although it's, you know, it can be a little underwhelming at times. But I just want to see how many of those 12 you actually get mana from. All right, so this next one actually comes with a couple of talent synergies. So we all know, let's go ahead and change our talent build. We all know how Summon's Jade Serpent statue interacts with Unison. So Unison is whenever I Soothing Mist a target, that Soothing Mist will also heal an additional ally that needs healing. Now, if we put down our Summon Jade Serpent statue, we Soothing Mist, we're also healing an additional target, but so is the Jade Serpent statue. If I stop healing, this Jade Serpent statue also benefits from Unison. But we're going to go ahead and check out how that interacts with some less used talents. So we're going to look at Accumulating Mist, which Zen Pulse's damage and healing is increased by 25% each time Soothing Mist heals up to 6 times. And then we're also going to look how it works with Calming Coalescence. So each time our Soothing Mist heals, the absorb amount of your next life cocoon is increased by 3%, stacking up to 50%. Now these both read the same way. They both say each time Soothing Mist heals, But I want you guys to go ahead and guess how these are going to interact with Unison and Summon Jade Serpent Statue, because I think it might actually surprise you. So let's go ahead and click this buff off. Let's go ahead and try it out. So let's do it with our Jade Serpent Statue, then I can unsummon this and try it again without it. So what is that? Oh, is that another Mistweaver Monk? Sweet. Okay, or it's a Windwalker, but all right, so let's go ahead and try it. So we're gonna watch our buff bar. We're gonna see how many stacks per second that we get of each of the buffs. So if I heal this person, will it count as 4 since there's gonna be 2 people getting healed per Soothing Mist? Will we get 4 stacks a second, or how will that work? So let's go ahead and Soothing Mist this guy. Let's stand near him just to make sure it hits both of us. So Soothing Mist. Notice that we're getting 3 stacks a second of Calming Coalescence and 1 stack a second of Accumulating Mist. So that shows that our Accumulating Mist only cares about our Soothing Mist, and it does not care about our Unison. It does not stack off of that. However, it shows that Calming Coalescence cares about our Soothing Mist, our Unison, and either our Jade Serpent Statue's Soothing Mist or that Jade Serpent Statue's Unison as well. So let's go and show it one more time. We're going to get 3 stacks a second from our Calming Coalescence, and then our Accumulating Mist will get 1 stack a second, or from each heal, basically. So let's go ahead and heal this guy, and let's cancel it, and let's see how many stacks. So when we stop healing, when we stopped our Soothing Mist, the Calming Coalescence only grew by 1 stack per time it healed. So you can see that it's only our Summon Jade Serpent Statue and our Soothing Mist and our Unison that proc that. However, Accumulating Mist, once again, just to show you, I'll show you on this little mob, we get 1 stack a second, and then if we Zen Pulse, it'll get that benefit. Bang. And it looks like a ton of healing, trust me. It's not a broken talent. That talent kind of sucks because you have to channel an entire Soothing Mist in order to get the value. However, we're on these low-level mobs. But that's just a fun little way to look at it. Let's see if we can outrange these and try to get it without our Jade Serpent Statue. Does our Jade Serpent Statue work from over here? Dang, it does. But you guys see how it works. It's a very interesting. You never really see much testing around this talent because it's just less than ideal. But this is a talent that we take in raid, and we also do take this little interaction in raid. So it's kind of interesting to see how they work together. Last but certainly not least is a little tip that me and Swaggles actually mentioned in our guide video, and it has to do with our Soothing Mist, our Vivifies, but mainly Clouded Focus. So Clouded Focus will increase your Vivifies or Enveloping Mist as long as you're channeling a Soothing Mist, and it stacks up to 3 times, 20% bonus healing per stack. But let's go ahead and see how it works. It is a little quirky, and it has one very unique interaction to it. So let's go and Vivify this guy. Let's clear our data. Let's Vivify this guy and see how much healing it does without channeling Soothing Mist. So not even utilizing the Clouded Focus buff. So we Vivify him. Let's look at our overhealing because that's where that would land. It did 31.7 thousand healing. Now, was that a crit? It was not a crit. It was a normal hit. So 31, let's see, what was it? 31.7 thousand healing from our Vivify. Let's go and clear our data again, 31.7 thousand. Now let's do a Clouded Focus. Let's do a Soothing Mist and then do 1 Vivify. And let's go and see how it works. So we're going to Soothing Mist and then 1 Vivify. Let's check our overhealing. We did, let's see, where was the Vivify? It was a normal hit again, but it hit for 37,000. So from 31,000 down to 37,000. How does that work? Well, it actually is because of this little tip. Clouded Focus, yes, it says that each additional time that you stack up, it says healing with Enveloping Mist or Vivify while channeling Soothing Mist will increase their healing done. It actually starts with the first one you cast in your Soothing Mist. So your first ever Vivify on each Soothing Mist will be 20% boosted. So it's just a very cool little tip. It kind of shows you guys that if you're just going around in raid and spamming Vivifies or healing each individual person on your raid with a Vivify, you're not going to get any value from Clouded Focus. But if you're just even going to channel 1 Vivify, even 2, it's just worth it to get that Clouded Focus bonus. I mean, it's just 20% extra healing on your Vivify, so why not use it? That is kind of why we take Clouded Focus, is because it just scales so hard off of our tier set. All the bonuses that we're getting, all of the cleaving that we're getting, And on top of all of that, it reduces the mana cost of that first Vivify by 20% as well. So very cool interaction. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something. I know there were some kind of very obscure ones here, some things that you guys might not have tested, like who in their right mind tested Accumulating Mist and how it works with Summon Jade Serpent statue in unison. Hopefully I'm the first person, because that talent is stinky dog poo. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, I could try to come up with some more tips. They might get more obscure as we make more versions of this video, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support lately on the channel. Make sure that you guys like the video if you like this content and want to see more from me. And if you do want to see more from me, make sure that you guys are subscribed. It just messes with the algorithm, makes me come up on your stuff more often. But thank you guys so much. We're nearing 3K subscribers, but also we're nearing 40 subscribers on Twitch. So definitely go check out my Twitch. We're going to do a 12-hour live stream once we hit that landmark. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.